Hi, I'm Angela, the Consumer Product Testing Manager from Arteza and one of their resident artists. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Texture Paint Set. Comes with a nice little carry-along handle. And as you can see on the cover, it comes with a few different combs to create that wonderful texture. We have a bottle of modeling paste. You're going to get 2 canvases, a nice little plastic palette, 2 paint brushes, and 3 different types of our metallic paint. Let's open this guy up.
Yes.
So beautiful. All right, can you guys see this? Do that layout. All right, so we have our 3 paints, Aztec Gold, Bronze, and Silver. Our bottle of modeling paste, and this should be enough for your 2 canvases. We have our palette knife that we can use to mix our paste and our paints together, or just apply the paste or paint by itself. We have our 2 brushes, one round, one flat. We have our 2 different combs with 2 different types of teeth, our nice little palettes, plastic palettes for mixing and putting your paste on, a little instructional manual. And then finally we have our canvases. So we have our canvas here. The first thing that we want to do is to use our modeling paste. We want to raise the surface. So we could do this in a few different ways. We could put some of our modeling paste out on our palette, and then we could scoop some up with our palette knife and then just apply it to the canvas wherever we want to. Now, because we have the palette knife, we could create textures with this, but we also want to be using our combs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply directly to the canvas here, like this. I kind of think about how I'd want to lay out the texture. And I'm gonna comb a diagonal through this, so I'm gonna spread this out. Nice and sticky. And again, if you were doing a smaller area, you could just, put the paste on your palette first and then get really meticulous with that. So I'm just gonna start with this here, just so you can see real quickly like what we can do. I'm gonna take this one, so it has like little grooves inside of it, goes to like kind of like a little carrot and then flat and then another carrot. So once you have an area that's covered with your paste, you can just start dragging your comb, you place it down and you're just gonna press and pull. And you can see the really nice texture that we just made. The other one's going to have a slightly different one. It's more of a wave. Take your excess off. And you can either put this back onto your canvas or onto your palette, depending on what you want to do. So that was just a quick little demo. What I want to do now is I'm going to cover the entire canvas with paste so that we can have texture everywhere, as even as possible. Okay. So let's use our different combs. Let's try this one, the more wavy one this time. Let's go on top. That. Very nice. Let's start at this edge. And then we go around like that. There we go. Different type of texture with our palette knife. Just to break up the stripes, the lines that we have here. I'm going to just put little grooves in here. We have some dots. I'm going to make some raised areas here, so that we can really have fun with the texture and have a variety of textures on the same piece. And then I'll put little grooves on this side. Rotate this, and we'll add in this little section. Great, and now we just need to wait for it to dry and then we can paint it. Now that our canvas is dry and our molding paste is dry, we're gonna get into the painting portion. So I'm gonna put some paint out on our palettes. Golds. So I think I'm going to start with the silver. And I'm going to paint in between our raised areas. I'll water this down a little bit. It's too thick. And I'm not being too particular about getting the silver on top of the raised areas because I'm gonna paint that in a different color. So don't need to be too particular. So this set is really great because, you know, you don't have to be, you know, a trained fine artist to get a really wonderful piece. You have all the tools, the molding paste. You're just gonna be making like a nice abstract piece, so it's very intuitive, very easy to use. Okay, so there we go with our silver. So let me put this over here. Let's get into some gold. Just wanna make it a little bit thinner, add a little bit of water. And what you can do with your flat brush is if you just want the top part of the texture to kind of pop, I'm just gonna very gently go over this top area. And actually, this works a little bit better when you're using a comb that has their teeth are a little bit closer together. This is kind of wide, so this technique is not being as effective as it normally is right now. So since that's happening, I'm going to just paint the whole thing in and then go back in with my round brush. Very, very simple. We're just following the grooves. And keep your areas separate. And when we get close to our other colors, we just wanna be a little bit more careful. And the good thing about this, you know, if you make a mistake, you can just paint over it. When I get up to those edges, you can decide if you want to have it thinner, as you can see in this area, or make it more opaque, just put another layer on top. When I kind of keep it thin, because if we start clumping paint, then you're gonna be making a different texture with your paint. So if you wanna maintain what you originally have, don't go too thick. So I'm gonna leave this area as is. Just finish this one line here. And just get close to the edge so that we eliminate a few little white spots here and here. I'm gonna leave this area like that so we can see a little bit of the texture there. All right, let's clean off our brushes. Okay, so let's use our bronze for this area. See how this comes out. And it's good to experiment. You never really know until you try how the brush is going to take to the texture. So you can see how if I'm doing this really lightly, it's kind of, paint's kind of sticking just around these little circles. Of course, it's your choice if you want to paint onto the edge or if you want to just put like a black wraparound. So again, you want to make sure that your modeling paste is completely dry before you do this so that any little spikes or little mountains and ridges that you've made don't start collapsing or pushing down. Okay, great. And then on this side, okay. And then that would be it. Now you have your abstract piece, good to go. Wait for it to dry and then hang it up. And then you can see the different little mountainscapes or little valleys that we've made when you start rotating it. And you can see the shine from the metallic paints. Really, really nice. So it looks really good when the sun hits it, especially when it's on the wall. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell us what you do with your textured paints, where you're going to hang your artwork. We'll see you later.